The limited capacity principle is one of the three principles of cognitive science which is part of the cognitive theory of multimedia learning. The other principles are the dual channels principle and the active processing principle. The concept is that learners have a limited capacity to process information in their working memory. Processing information in the working memory is an integral part of the active processing principle. Why is capacity limited? Capacity is limited as a consequence of the dual channels principle. The dual channels principle holds that information is taken in by learners through two channels, the eyes and the ears. The eyes interpret visual information such as text and graphics. The ears interpret audio information such as speech and sound. Conduct an experiment. Turn on a television and a radio and try to read information on the internet at the same time.
And that's not it. That looks like a house cat, but we're just feet away from where a local man rolled his cell phone video.
Confused? You should be. The mind can only concentrate on one or two media elements together at the same time. This is an illustration of limited capacity. How does this relate to designing eLessons? You will be designing online courses using the Alison Publisher tool. Consequently, you will be presenting lesson content using a combination of four media elements: text, graphics, audio, and video. The key to publishing effective lesson content is how you combine these media elements with the lesson material together. Text will be the staple media element you use in the Alison Publisher tool to present the lesson content. You can design fancy images and graphics to teach the learner. However, this is quite time-consuming. Whatever combination of media elements you use, you will need to provide most of the instructional and assessment material as text. In fact, this is probably the most important media element. Once you have all of the important text, you can then decide how to combine it with the different media elements. And once you have your core text, laying it out is pretty simple. See the video Designing Effective eLessons for more information on developing course content. From a limited capacity perspective, the following principles regarding laying out text will help. Never have too much text on a page. Approximately 40 to 70 words is sufficient. Divide the text into 2 or 3 separate paragraphs. Use ordered and unordered lists and tables to present text clearly and neatly. Use a variety of tabs and modals to vary the display of content. Highlight important words and phrases in bold and italic. One instance of bold and italic is enough on one page. Don't overdo it. From a limited capacity perspective, the following principles regard to the use of images will help. Use an image on each page or within each tab if possible. This helps to spread the cognitive load by offering variety and balance. It also reduces the reliance on text to teach the learner. Make the images as attractive as possible. This will enhance the look and feel of the page and make it more pleasant to study. Use infographics where possible. This includes maps, charts, and diagrams. Some people prefer to learn visually, and it takes some of the burden off the text and the learner. From a limited capacity perspective, the following principles regard to the use of video will help. Make sure the learner learns something useful from the video. Don't use videos as a form of entertainment only. Learn how to embed video files in the Alison Publisher tool. See the Alison Publisher course and training videos on the Alison website. Include a written or audio introduction and summary with the video. Explain the important points, or better still, test the learner on the learning points from the video. This can be done by using formative assessment. See the video formative and summative assessment for more information. From a limited capacity perspective, the following principles regarding the use of audio will help. Learn how to embed audio files in the Alison Publisher tool. See the Alison Publisher course and training videos on the Alison website. Make sure the learning points in the audio are relevant and teach the learner something useful. Reinforce the lesson content with a written summary and/or discussion points. Better still, test the learner on the important learning outcomes from the audio. Make sure the sound and narration in the audio is clear and understandable. Don't use audio as a form of entertainment only. Bearing the principles of use of media elements and limited capacity in mind, make sure to vary the use of media elements throughout the lessons. Don't use too much of any one media element, text, graphics, audio, or video. Over-reliance on one type of media element will disincentivize the learner. In the case of language courses, you will probably need to use audio and video elements more often. Balancing the use of media elements is the key to creating interesting and motivating lessons. If learners are interested and motivated and the lesson material is useful, they will be more inclined to learn and remember. By following the principles in this video and in the other training material, you will learn to develop e-learning content more effectively